There are so many new smart TVs coming out of the woodworks these days. It forces us as consumers to ensure that we keep a keen eye on the reviews so that we understand its real-world performance with each new model. Between all the tech features and smart TV ecosystems, we aim to provide you with the details that you need to make an informed decision. In this review, we present the best smart TVs into 2025. At Techie Tech News, we evaluate products for you, so you don't have to. Links to these products are listed in the description below, and please hit subscribe for more review videos. Starting with Smart TV number 4, Hisense U6K. The Hisense U6K keeps a lot of what makes the Hisense U8K so great, namely its mini LED backlight that enables better contrast with above par black levels and a quantum dot filter for enhanced color saturation. The U6K trades the U8K's native 120Hz panel for one that is 60Hz refresh rate, but considering that this TV is offered at a price below $500, it's a trade-off most folks should be fine with. So why isn't this TV rated one of the best TVs of the year if it's such a good value? The U6K doesn't have as powerful of a processor on board, which means that its upscaling and motion processing are mediocre at best. Its lack of any HDMI 2.1 ports means that gamers will be stuck at 4K at 60Hz. Not to mention that there is no ATSC 3.0 tuner here. So for under $500, it's a cheap TV that we think you can buy, but it's important for you to know why it's sitting down here on the list and not at the number 1 spot. While moviegoers and content watchers are probably not going to be fazed by a 60Hz panel, gamers probably will be. While games do look fine at 60Hz, it doesn't allow you to take full potential of most consoles like Xbox Series X and the PS5. But if you're not a gamer, it's not a huge deal, but it is something we wanted to note in our review. You've heard it before, but mini LED is clutch here, helping the Hisense U6K punch well above its weight in terms of performance. The U6K doesn't have many full array local dimming zones as the U8K to control brightness, but we were impressed with how bright the U6K actually got. Despite this being a strong performer with color, when you sat directly in front of it, you will notice some desaturation as you move off axes. So if that bothers you, maybe don't make this your main living room TV. The Hisense U6K is another Google TV, much like its higher priced U8K. So it gives you all of the same benefits in terms of personalized recommendations and nicely curated rows of new content. The U6K was a bit sluggish out of the box, which was a bit worrying, and we did hit some snafu when perusing through Disney+. It's not guaranteed that you'll have the same problem, but it's worth mentioning here in case you run into them yourself. Smart TV number 3, TCL QM8 QLED. Like the Hisense U8K, the QM8 uses mini LEDs for better backlight control and quantum dots to enhance contrast and color. With up to 2300 local dimming zones and the TCL's high brightness ultra direct LED backlight, you're going to get unbelievable contrast for an LED LCD TV. We also really like the AI PQ Engine Gen 3 that helps upscale HD and SDR content for the QM8's 4K screen as well as the TV's numerous gaming features. The only major drawback here is the TV's 8-watt speakers that can feel a bit underwhelming and the lack of an ATSC 3.0 tuner that can be found on the Hisense U8K. Now the latter isn't a deal breaker, especially if you don't plan on using a digital antenna, but its absence is still felt here. The QM8 may not have the beautiful slim design of the LG G3 OLED, but it's certainly not a bad design either. The QM8 offers 4 HDMI ports, however only 2 of them are HDMI 2.1 compliant, meaning you'll have to choose which devices can pass 4K at 120Hz signal. The QM8, like the U8K, is a great pick if you need higher than average brightness to combat ambient light. The QM8 was able to hit 1,348 nits in movie mode with SDR content, a significant increase over other 4K HDR TVs. And with HDR content, the QM8 was able to hit above 2,000 nits in a 5%, 10%, and even a 25% window size. This brightness paired with a mini LED backlight offers a great contrast that approaches OLED levels. Colors are vibrant as well, with our test showing that the QM8 can cover 80% of the BT 2020 color spectrum. And just like the U8K, however, its out-of-the-box color accuracy leaves a lot to be desired, with a delta E score of 4.4614. With some tweaking, this number can drop significantly, but it's worth noting. TLC has shifted to using Google TV with its 2023 models moving forward, including the QM8. Google TV is clean and runs smooth on this model, and thanks to the remote's built-in microphone and TV's integrated microphone, you can search for shows and movies using only your voice. And if you want some privacy, you can turn off the voice assistant via a physical switch on the TV itself. Smart TV number 2, Samsung S95C OLED. The S95C OLED is a thing of beauty. Not only is its picture performance simply stunning, but when you're not watching or using the TV, ambient mode takes over and provides a carousel of aesthetically pleasing animations and images. Samsung made ambient mode mainstream, and though other TV brands have since introduced their own spin on it, we still like Samsung's version the best. We do wish that Samsung would implement Dolby Vision and maybe pump up the sound quality a bit more on the S95C, but overall, it's still an incredible QD OLED TV. It's even thinner than the S95B, measuring a mere 10mm thick. If you like your TV slim and trim and sleek, but still be able to fit on a home entertainment center with ease, the S95C design is top notch. In terms of ports, the S95C has 4 HDMI 2.1 compliant ports, plus an ATSC 3.0 tuner. The S95C was able to reproduce about 141.5% of the Rec. 709 color space in standard mode, and a delta E accuracy score of 1.4 in filmmaker mode. For gamers, the S95C measures an excellent 9.2 millisecond lag time, and that's the lowest input lag of any TV we've tested. And the set's off-angle viewing is better than most, with the colors holding up well past their ideal 45 degrees. Samsung's Tizen OS is a bit of a mixed bag this year. It can be difficult to navigate, especially if you want to make tweaks to your own picture settings, but you can still find all the major streaming apps. Plus, there is plenty of free content coming from Samsung TV Plus. On the plus side, the S95C can act as a SmartThings hub. So if you're growing your smart home interface or embracing the Matter smart home protocol, this TV controls all of your devices, even if your home uses gadgets from all different manufacturers. And Smart TV number 1, Hisense U8N. What makes the Hisense U8N really stand out is the increase in brightness. This TV can output over 3,000 nits in HDR, which means that you are more than covered if you feel like TVs often look too dim and are hard to see. Its color vibrancy is also off the charts, second only to a Sony TV that costs 3 times as much money. In short, the U8N offers performance we'd expect from a $2,000 TV for under $1,000. Any downsides? Well, 2. Hisense just can't compete with Sony's, Samsung's, and LG's post-image processing. Motion processing and upscaling aren't awful and most of the time look really good, everything considered. But other companies' post-processing techniques are just on a whole different level. You're also stuck with just 2 HDMI 2.1 ports here. Despite these flaws, everyone is going to be blown away by this TV. When it comes to mounting, just make sure that you grab a standard 600x400 M6 Vesta mount. And as always, it comes with a couple of stands in the box if you want to mount it just on top of your entertainment center. You can't watch the Hisense U8N and not be impressed. Not only does it nail the perfect picture brightness in every setting thanks to the incorporation of a light sensor, but the color vibrancy is next level. The U8N was able to go toe-to-toe with the much more expensive LG C4 OLED and even surpassed it in key metrics like SDR brightness and color saturation. And on another great note, this TV's apps are managed by its Google TV OS, and we genuinely like Google TV as a smart platform, and we think you will too. It does a phenomenal job at surfacing and recommending content for you to watch, and has access to all the main streaming services. Even better, it doesn't really push you to use one of its services over another in the same way Amazon Fire TV might. The only potential issue is that you might notice a bit of a slowdown when you switch from one streaming app to the next. Now that we've reviewed all these smart TVs, why don't we do a quick recap with a rapid-fire summary. Get the Hisense U6K if you want the best smart TV for under $500. Purchase the TCL Q8M LED if you're looking for the best overall value. Grab the Samsung S95C OLED if you want the best premium OLED money can buy. And finally, the best performance for the money has to be the Hisense U8N, with its exceptional picture performance for half the price. Folks, we hope we have saved you hours of research, or at the very least have given you some useful information. And please let us know which smart TV you would choose. Comment down below. Again, links to all of these items and our social media are posted in the video description box below. And when you're ready, check out the next video.